Good evening, everyone. Welcome to Fridays with X298, number 64, and I'm X298. And joining me tonight is Yunxuan Li, president of the American Go On Society. Say hi.
Hey, hello everyone. This is Yunxuan. And this is my third time with Stefan. And we've been doing. We did like two other times. I've been on his show for two other times. Like a couple months ago, and then the other one was like 8 months ago. But but I'm really happy to be here with everyone because I myself don't really stream much because of I'm not my just technical limitations and my Twitch has some problems. So I'm really happy to be here with Stefan and be here with all you guys through a live stream again.
That sounds great. It's been quite a while since we streamed last time together. A lot of things have changed. For example, I've become a 5-dan now, even though I was kind of just crushed in the Changxi Cup. Anyways, that's besides the point. And it's glad to see you back. And I'm very happy that you're doing this again. Now,
glad to see you too.
Yeah, in my introduction, I said you are the new president of the American Go On Society, which is basically the youth AGA, or also known as American Go Association. It's kind of like the youth branch, if like. Personally, I'm really happy to join the team as a promotional head, and or promotional, whatever it's called. But
that is what's called.
Yeah, part of the reason I'm inviting you to join this show tonight is we're kicking off our first meeting of the year, and it's gonna be really interesting. I look forward to what we can accomplish. So tonight, if you want to ask Yunxuan any questions, just do. You don't need to include the hashtag Ask Yunxuan as I did so in the title.
Yeah,
This is one of your rare opportunities to ask questions and get answers from a Taijam 8-dan as well as an AGHS 6-dan. Am I right? AGHS 6-dan? Or 6-dan, 7-dan.
Yeah.
But this is really a good chance to get your game reviewed, as well as just asking any questions in general.
Yeah, guys, if you have any questions, just put it in the chat because I'll check that really often because I'll try to answer as soon as I can.
Yeah, so basically tonight is going to be a good old-fashioned Q&A, and we're going to start off with talking about some stuff about the American Go On Society. So it's first of all, congratulations on becoming a new president.
Thank you very much.
It's like 17 years old.
And congrats to being the promotion head too.
So it's a whole new year, and what are your visions for this calendar year, and what are the things that you wish to do?
You mean basically a sort of plan for this year?
Yeah.
Well, first of all, the American Go Honor Society is basically abbreviated as AGHS, and like Stefan said before, it's basically a youth version of AGA. We run a lot of big, really major youth events in America. Or even on the North American continent. Two of the tournaments that, if you're a youth, you're probably really familiar with is Young Lions tournament and the school team tournament. These two tournaments are probably very popular for players that either play Go just to enjoy, or for any youth. But basically, these two tournaments are the two main features of AGHS. We do the Young Lions tournament. It's basically like a championship for individual for individual players to see who's who's the best player out of everyone who competes, or who's most likely to be the new promising player of the following U.S. Go Championship or Redmond Cup. So in a way, AGA has called it a predictor of the coming up year. I don't know. I mean, I'm not exactly saying I totally agree with that, but that's basically what is known for now, the Young Lions tournament and individual competition a very big tournament, probably have as many participants as any other major tournament in US.
I was there last year and I got a medal for it.
Yeah, and Stefan won the tournament last year, and look, this year he did really well in the U.S. Open, and he's 5 down now. So I guess the AGA kind of right that sort of like a predictor to how well youth players are going to be the following up year, and who's going to be the next promising player in this generation, right? So that's basically the Young Lions tournament that we do. Another one is school team tournament. This one's basically like in March and April. Yeah. What happens is that any student, high school student or any middle school student, as long as you're not above 18, you can play in the school team tournament. Now this tournament is not really exactly very serious. It's more like a chance for players from different schools to communicate and have fun together. And so it's more like which team from which school wins, rather than which individual wins. So because it's a team tournament and goals and individual competition, so this tournament is actually not the competitiveness actually decreased, but the fun and the organization of it increased by a lot. Because I remember one year we had like almost 200 participants from all the schools, and that's like bigger than any Redmond Cup or US Go Championship.
200.
Yeah, well, that was a long time ago. Before me, Calvin, and Andrew were president. That was very long time ago. Well, yeah, but the idea is that it's more like almost like a party. Well, not a party, but like more like a way for people to get together and have more fun. So it's not serious, but more like a team effort. So those two tournaments are very popular among youth players, and they enjoy a lot. And it's one of the reasons why AGHS is still running very well, is because these two tournaments make us really well known. And we're definitely going to do these two tournaments this year. There's no reason to not to do it.
Yeah, it's going to be a lot of fun. Sadly, though, I would turn 18 this upcoming February, so I can't play the team tournament.
Right, exactly. That's what your promotion has. So that's why you're the organizer now from the player, right?
I'm the organizer now. Oh, jeez, this is gonna be fun. And by the way, as we are talking, feel free to start posting stuff in Twitch chat with the hashtag #AskYunxuan. It can be anything. It can be a game review. It can be any question you have for general Go learning, or like how did this guy get to stuff like that. But more importantly, this organization, the AGHS, is not only running these two tournaments, right? There's so much more to that. And
yeah, you're right.
I feel like part of our mission is to actually bring up the young generation of American kids, so that they can be interested in Go, and they can be our hope for the next generation of excellent Go players. We already have 3 professionals, and that's a good step towards the better. But so what, in your opinion, is the best way to get kids interested in this game?
So you're talking about from someone who completely doesn't know how to play or how to So for kids that have no idea about this game, to be honest, it's not easy to get them interested in this game, because it's not like a sport. In a way it is a sport, but it's not like a traditional sport. We all know basketball or even chess, right? So it's not as well known among young people, because they like to move around and like to be they don't like to use their mind sitting on a chair, because that's not typically what youth people like to do, because they like to go around, play with friends and stuff. Especially
nowadays, we have video games, so that's probably even worse.
Yeah, right. Because this game, if you look at it from the first time, you just see a board with black and white. It doesn't have as many animation as video game, and it doesn't have any special appeal right away, right? But the thing is that for Go, there's so many variations that are into it. So the best way to get a youth player to actually get involved, I think the best way would be to and first of all, to show what's the benefit of actually playing it, right? So video games, the benefit are pretty limited, right? I'm pretty sure the people who play a lot of video game also know that. But
I mean, if you think about it, you really don't accomplish like a whole lot. Even though the visual impact is like amazing, right? Like you rank up and stuff like that. But
right, so yeah, because video game, I'm pretty sure a lot of people that do play it also know that they don't learn much from it. But they'll continue to play it because you don't have to use your mind that much, and just easier to just move a few keys, right? But for Go, I think the first thing we need to do is to make younger generation realize the benefit of playing the Go. So to make them realize it's just not like any other video game or like any other activity that it's quite different because from such a small board we can learn so much about ourselves and about life in general. You can also change your personality by a lot if you think about it. From someone who's really active, who's really careless, you can make them a little bit more aware of the surrounding and a little bit more serious about what they're going to do. So yeah, making kids realize the benefit of playing and how we could help them beyond the board, I would say is the first step to getting people interested in this game, especially younger generations, because then they have the hardest time of sitting down and just be calm. So I would say that's definitely the first step we need to do.
Right. Yeah. So I feel like you mentioned that like Go requires a lot of mind, like thinking, stuff like that. It's a lot of brain activity, right?
Right.
And sometimes when like for example when I approach like just strangers, sometimes they say this game is hard, like this game is complicated. I'm faced with a 19x19 wooden board. I have no idea where to go, and pretty much going to be crushing the first game. So how do you respond to that? This game should be easy, right? We all know that Go people. The basics of this game is actually not that hard.
It's easier than any other board game or any other activity. It's much simpler. Like for example, video game. You have to press a certain key, press certain combination to make certain actions happen.
Yeah.
For playing, for example, basketball, you have to know all the rules, like no double.
It's a lot of strategy,
Yeah, a lot of rules. Like if you violate it, then you can violate the rules. But for Go, you don't have to memorize that much because there's no reason for it to memorize. It's not like a book. It's more like a piece of paper that you're trying to fill out with art, right? There's not much rule to limit what you can draw on it. You can do whatever you want.
Yeah.
But when you are losing, that's a different story. But just playing, you can play wherever you want. No one's gonna say if you play this move, then you're out of the game. No, but you play wherever you want. Just as long as you don't break the simple rule, like don't place in a square, right? Just
right.
Place on intersection.
Yeah. So like we said, this game should be easy, and it should be fun. Sometimes it doesn't take. I feel like another one other side of the problem is sometimes parents don't know that much about the game, and I mean not just like Asian parents, of course, but just parents in general. And I mean when I was young, it took me a long time to realize what was good or like what was bad.
Yeah, me too.
So I was kind of guided by my parents in on my path to becoming a Go player. So if you're talking to parents right now, how would you sell this game to them in just like a few minutes?
So from introducing to parents, I would say that Go is not. Well, first of all, it's definitely not a video game. So parents, please don't mistake it for any other video game. It's not a video game. In fact, it's really far from a video game. It's actually an art and also a culture, right? Especially if you're an Asian parent, then you should know that how important this game is to any Asian culture. There's
some like cultural impact because Go was originated in Asia, and and for maybe for like Chinese and Korean parents or Japanese parents, they probably know something about the game even if they don't know how to
Right.
play, right?
Right. And yeah, so basically in the ancient times in Japan, Korea, and China, there are four things that if you can do it, then you can be considered a gentleman. And a gentleman back then is very high level, high class status, and that's either
Right.
like instrumental like flute or writing with I don't know what's it called, calligraphy. And I couldn't name all of them, but all of the four things, Go is one of them. So if you can play this game in the
You
ancient
play the
times,
flute or
flute, calligraphy,
and drawing.
Go, and maybe you're right. But yeah, if you in the ancient time,
It's like
only the
painting.
wealthiest people can play Go. Like only they know how to play. So, but in modern times, we kind of forget that idea, and and the kind of culture sense of it, maybe we need to bring it back again. That it's actually part of our culture and part of the culture of the world. The game of Go,
Yeah.
and also for parents, they should think about it this way. If your kids are going to do anything, that is not interactive. In other words, it doesn't have to. Well, playing with friends is different from this. But anything that's non-interactive, for example, like watching TV for 5 hours, playing video game for 5 hours, or just sitting there staring at the wall for 5 hours.
That's boring. That can be boring.
Yeah, right. So if you're a parent, then if your kid's doing any of those, that you can maybe think about. Well, maybe how about I substitute some of those time for Go, because my kid can not only this definitely helps your intelligence, right?
Right.
Because then not anyone can play this game well, because you definitely have to use your mind and
This
think
game is
about
like for the cool kids.
we're nerds, but I'm kidding.
Talking about like Bill Gates and people like that. I'm just kidding.
No, that's actually true.
Yeah.
He actually plays.
Yeah.
So this game actually, really, I wouldn't say make you become smarter, but definitely help you use your brain. And as we all know, for any muscle, if you don't use it, if you don't constantly use it, then you will go waste, right? So it's a way to keep your mind engaged. That's why a lot of people, when they get to their 80s or 90s, they still play Go, and they still seems they understand everything so well. Like someone asks you what happened yesterday, they can tell you exactly what happened. Because unlike the other old people who their memory and everything gradually fade out, right? So that's one of the reasons why people who play this game seriously play throughout their whole life, because you keep your mind continuously going.
It's like brain exercise.
Right, it's like exactly. You keep your mind continuously going and get you prepared for your for any mind activity you need to do. And also, this game, as I said before, is a part of our culture, not just Asian culture, culture of the world. That it's like almost like a treasure of the world. That Go, except a lot of people underestimate this treasure. And also, it's an art. Because as I said, the rules are so limited, but the game is so complicated. It's like an art where you can, play how almost any way you want, as long as you don't violate the 2 or the 5 basic rules. And so if your children are doing something that's inactive or non-interactive, maybe you can consider teaching them this game due to the multiple benefits they can get from this game. And if they start liking it, it could be their lifetime hobby, unlike video game, because video game the trend changes.
You eventually get bored, right?
Yeah, you get bored, and the new more popular games are coming out, and you try the next one, right? But this game has been around for over 2,500 years. There's no single mind game, no single activity, no single event that can change this game from the way it is, because it's been around for so long and it's part of our culture, right? So if you start to love this game, it's very likely that you continue to play for the rest of your whole life, and it's basically like your lifelong friend, which is a Go board, right?
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, that's pretty cool. And that's people are just spamming the chat. I'm just kidding. so actually, what's one thing I've been thinking about? There's a lot of adrenaline rush and like quote unquote violence like in modern Go. Like if you play on Taijam, then you get a lot of fun from just like killing groups and such.
Yeah, no, because in Taijum you don't know who's gonna win until the last dom is filled, because there's too many variations nowadays.
Yeah, but I feel like it's actually a very good way to get the same adrenaline rush you get from like video games, and a lot of people don't realize that. But like this game actually can be very very exciting. Like especially as you get better and you start understanding more and realize that there's so much more you don't know. And the point is Go is peaceful outside the board, right? Because the culture of Go is you play whatever you want on the board, but outside the game, you learn to be kind and courteous and friendly to your opponents and respect them for what they do. And that's
part of the game,
right?
That's actually part of the game. Yeah,
it's not the same thing when you play GTA. GTA is a great game. GTA is a great game. But it's different. The vibe is kind of different. Like sometimes I feel like just killing people after playing GTA. But in Go, it's different. You like play a game. It could be very violent, but then you walk away just with love and joy.
Yeah, right.
Well, not so much when you're losing, but
maybe I was thinking maybe we just use video game as an example of an inactive or non-interactive activity, but in general, we shouldn't compare Go directly to video game, because both of them are great in their own ways. Different people, like different activities, but because Go is fundamentally different from any video game because it's in culture and it's in history and it's in art. Whereas a video game, could be competitive, but it's more a trend than a culture or a history, a part of a nation's or part of a ethnicity's past, right? So that's why in general they're fundamentally different. So we just use video game as an example of an activity that a lot of young people engage in, right?
That's we've summarized a lot of good points, and that was really inspirational to me. Even though kind of as
you're the one, the video game player.
Yeah, I play video games all the time, man. I actually don't have a console, but that's besides the point. What else? Oh, we got a game to review. Yursama, could you send me the link again in Twitch chat if you don't mind? Or you can also send me a message on OGS, because I kind of lost the link. I'm so sorry. But basically what you get from this is 2 of the stronger players will look at your game and give you some pointers. So hopefully it's going to be helpful. And there it is. Let me type in. So let's go to online-go.game/29. This is so fun. 295372. Okay. Cool. And you're trying to read the game?
Yeah, I am in the game right now.
Okay, that's cool. Let's drag you here and start a review. Give pointers. Yeah.
Wait, am I doing it, or are you?
Actually, sure. If you want to start a review, go ahead.
So do you want me? Do you want me to continue to move the board, or do you want to do the moves?
I think you can do the moves this time because you're a guest, right?
Cool.
So
cool. Yeah.
First of all, you can go to the panel at right. So click on the which button is it? The little circle thing, and start the review.
Yeah. I'm doing it right. Right now. Can you see the stones moving?
No. You have to Add a
I can't.
Yeah, you have to create a review, and then there will be a pop-up.
Wait, did I?
Do you see like a lot of buttons on the right?
Yeah.
And then just
I'll review this game.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah. There we go.
Okay, I'm sorry.
Cool.
Okay. So let's go from the beginning.
Let's
So
go from the
the game we're reviewing is for Uru-sama.
Yeah, and he or she
you'll be
is
grading.
a 9Q.
Mm-hmm.
And
how should we call you? Like, what's your first name that we should refer to?
Or do you just go by Uru-sama?
I mean, that's fine too.
Yeah. Streaming number 101. Never give out your real first name. Oh well, darn! I just gave out your first name, but it's okay. We're pretty public about it. It's fine.
Mm-hmm.
But okay. So let's see here, and this is a title mate and going over the game. I'm just staring at the board in wonder.
Mm-hmm.
All right, so in this game, Yuru is white.
No, Yuru's white, right? Mm-hmm.
And this is Joseki.
Mm-hmm. Everything's going well right now.
Normal.
Black playing here is a little bit too early. Usually you want to play some move like this one.
Yeah.
Well, that's Joseki. That's Joseki for this pattern. I have never personally seen Black play here in this kind of situation.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm not gonna say it's good or bad, but usually the Joseki will probably you probably want to play here, right?
Yeah. So in this case, it strengthens Black's group on the top, and also puts some pressure on White's L16 stone.
Right.
Yeah.
In the game, White 2-space jumped.
That was pretty good. That was okay.
Yeah, it's a good move. Because if you don't jump, then what's going to happen is that Black's going to play like R12, right? So if you play like this move will totally be fine, but but the downside is that Black can pincer you, and the corner you don't have two eyes in the corner, so probably have to make a jump, and that's really uncomfortable for White because you play 4 moves in the corner, but you barely have any points. So this is not very efficient, I would say, for White.
Right.
So the 2-space jump is pretty. I would guess it's a normal move in this situation.
Yeah.
The jump here, usually you wouldn't want to play a jump here right in this kind of situation because your bottom is too wide and there's no immediate profit you can see from it. So for example, if White just play here, then the bottom might not be yours anymore. So usually if you want to enlarge your bottom, then usually you want to play a move here first, then later on you can jump at F5. Right. So, but this move I wouldn't say it's a bad move because
it's not too bad.
It does have some. Yeah, it aims for a lot of arching in White's corner. So
actually, if White tanukis, then Black can possibly just play at C3 and take away White's corner.
Mm-hmm. Right? And one thing you guys should know about this, the 3-3 right now is a little bit different.
Mm-hmm.
After Black has F5, well, of course you can't play here. That you give away too much points.
That's too painful.
Yeah, then if you play there, you might as well just tanuki, right? But if you usually the normal pattern would be this will be the normal pattern, right? And Black can choose to clamp if you want, but in this case, White probably cannot respawn anymore because otherwise the cut probably
that's painful.
Game over.
It's like letting the thief in your house take away not only the money in the vault, but also the cookies.
Away the house.
The cookies in the fridge, basically. Yeah, good idea. Anyways.
Yeah. So right now you probably have to defend, and right, and then you can come back. So this way you get a pretty comfortable corner. But another even more severe variation for Black. After Black has a jump at F5. is that instead of Hane, you can even play here. Now, when you play here regularly, white would play this one, and you don't get any particular benefit at all. But in this case, if white tries to do this, then you can Hane and do this one. And right now, now as you can see that black's not alive, right? But white's got a cutting point too.
Yeah.
So you can play this one first, and then if white's then down, then you can cut.
Yeah.
Yeah, and this is gonna be almost impossible for white to save both of them, or without. You can't really save both of them without losing. Without losing something, so you probably have to make a compromise in this case, situation also. So maybe white has to play here. But the funny thing now is that now that white plays this one, you could choose to go under, or you can to not do that. But I would suggest you do so, because then it's very big in terms of points. Yeah, it's very big in terms of points. So there's just another variation you can play to take advantage of white's corner, because as we all know, without f5, if you go in the corner, there's no way you can connect on the bottom. But now white basically have to compromise to whichever variation you want to play, because white's a cutting point now. Yeah. So usually in this kind of situation, a lot of white players or people using white prefer to pull back. And you can Hane, but this variation is not really that much better in particular, because now black's already alive. You can just come, even here to pincer if you want. Black's already alive, so you don't have to worry about anything anymore. Or you can just choose to be defensive and play here. This way you're guaranteed to live, because after you play a move at h2, you have d1 is your sente now. Right. So d1 is your sente anyway, but now that you have h2, even if white has a stone at e1, he cannot really destroy your territory much further. Right.
So it won't be sente anymore, right?
Right. If you play safe, you can play this one, and then you see that you get the territory, you live pretty comfortably, but white just floating outside for I don't even know. Without any real purpose. Right.
Yuri says, this seems pretty horrific for white. I'm going to be a lot more careful about Tanuki with an f5 on the board. Well, keep in mind that you also get the benefits of an extra move elsewhere on the board, right? So this is what you get for playing on Tanuki, right? So
and then blocking with Tanuki is not too big of a deal, but locally you have to suffer quite a bit.
Yeah. So but we're just showing some consequences that could possibly happen in your corner. But it looks like Joseki-ish, but there's just so much in here. Let's see what actually happened in the game.
In the game, first white approached and black pincered here.
Aggressive.
Okay, yeah, let's see what goes on. Okay, so this wouldn't be a good choice, because the moment that you make a decision to play c17, right, you basically can predict what's going to happen, right? Like, for example, you should have this is Joseki, right? You should already have an image of what the board looks like after you invade the corner. Yeah. So, let's just see what happened in the game, then I can make my point even better. So in the game, what happened was that, white make a, wait, what? Okay, hold on. Okay, but let's see what should have happened. So, what should have happened was that, it's a very basic Joseki. What happened, right?
One of the three Josekis you remember.
Yeah, but the thing with this Joseki is that now that you give the top to black can actually take initiative of that and make a potential moil, right? So this combination will be quite favorable for black, because he can. Well, because originally the two stones at 017 and 015 are just two stones, sitting there. But now you can actually utilize those two as kind of like a wall almost, and attack your one stone. So the moment that you play, you invade the corner, you should have that image in your mind. So and you should make a judgment that whether it's a good variation or not. The first image that popped into my mind in this situation is you jump and then play here. Why did this image come to my mind first? Is because usually the Joseki, this Joseki is usually without the stone at L16, right?
Yeah.
But now you do have a stone there, so it's gonna definitely help you attack black stone even better, right? Of course, you cannot kill black because killing is not that easy to do. Black probably can have some stuff, but just let black go home. He makes like 2 second line points on the top. You probably still have to add another move, right, to complete.
This feels really good.
Yeah, and then you take advantage of it and you come back to attack the 2 stones. So immediately in your mind, you should have a judgment that this will be not bad for white. Just look at the black stone on the top. It's very inefficient. There's like 10 moves and make less than 20 points in the very opening.
If you compare this image to the image we saw in the other Joseki, right? Because in this case, black doesn't have a moe anymore on the top. It's just a few points. But in that case, if black captures all of white, then there's actually territory up to the 5th line, which is ridiculous. Yeah.
Right. Basically, the goal of you should always keep in mind is how to maximize the efficiency of your own stones and how to minimize the efficiency of your opponent's stones. So in the other variation we saw, let me mark it. How do you mark it? Wait. Let's see how to mark
go to the review by YX123. Just right below that. There's an A.
Oh yeah, I got it. Yeah, I found it. Thanks. So the two stones are ladder right now. In this situation, these 2 are very low efficiency. For example, the B stone, right? The stone at B, it doesn't do anything. Like it just sits there, and then A probably make like 2 points. But now let's compare to the other variation that that we played out.
Like the one before, it almost seems like repetitive. Those 2 stones.
Right.
Right now they're just like walls. Yeah.
Yeah, they're like a wall that you're attacking with 1 stone. So in this way, you help black maximize his efficiency, and in the other situation, which is this situation, you minimize the efficiency for black, and you can see that these 2 stones don't really do much. So if you can minimize your opponent's stones, the efficiency of your opponent's stones, even in 2 or 3 different situations, you can pretty much say that you can lead the game pretty comfortably because every stone on the board is worth a lot, right? At least, depending on the situation, but on the average, at least 7 or 8 points. That's probably a minimum. How much each stone's worth. I'm not even counting in the importance of it, just points itself. So if you can minimize your opponent's efficiency in like 2 or 3 spots, and basically you can lead the game. Well, assuming that your opponent didn't minimize your stones, because that'll be different. Yeah. So,
but the game took a different route. It's not Joseki, huh?
Yeah, so we should definitely talk about that.
Ooh.
So black Hane. Now the variation I showed you guys was this variation, and the corner is a Joseki. Probably the first Joseki you will learn if you're just new to Go. Definitely one of the first. But black apparently AQ, but
trick move.
He didn't. I don't know if it might be a trick move or he didn't know this, but I think it's a trick move. But let's see how Y responded.
Come on, he's AQ. He knows this.
Okay, let's see how the situation turned out.
Yeah.
Okay, so this is definitely one way that you don't take advantage of your opponent's mistake. Okay, let's see. Let's analyze the situation. Usually, the reason why you extend instead of Hane is because when you Hane, you see there's a cut, right? Yeah. And the issue, the problem with this situation is that the cutting point doesn't come to effect right away. You can't really cut right away. Let me show you why you can't cut right away.
Yeah, what happens if you cut?
If you cut right away, what's going to happen is that you cut, right? And okay, so this is very typical shape, and you should definitely know that because it's asymmetrical, right? In this kind of situation, the main issue that both black and white have is that their liberty is really short. That's the biggest issue they have right now.
Mm-hmm.
And whoever is able to limit the other person's liberty, further and extend his own liberty, will be ahead in this battle. So upon looking at it, I would say this one's a key point, because without playing here, white can Hane at d18, and that will connect.
That would be
instantly,
super
right?
painful for black.
Right. So and this move, if you don't respond, I can kill you on the next move, right? So you probably have to Hane, and then I just connect. And now let's analyze the situation. You cannot Tanuki, right? Because I have more liberty than you, so you probably have to play on the second line, and extend your liberty a few more times. Maybe I'd push one more. But it's not a big problem. I can just
second
extend
line.
one more. And if you try to kill me, but unfortunately, that's not going to work because I can just go home. So this is almost game over for white, because black is alive on the top, but white's actually not alive. White probably has to play one more to live in center.
Yeah.
And white spent so many moves on the second line, and his group in the center is not really alive. And black's going more on the outside, so this is definitely almost immediately go for black.
Yeah.
So white cannot cut right away because now it's black's turn, right? So black and Hane. So what you have to do before you cut is that you have to extend your own liberties, right? So as we talked about, the problem with the other situation is that you don't have enough liberties. So to extend your liberty, you can simply extend down.
Thus preventing black from playing the Hane at c18. According to the proverb, what is best for your opponent is also good for you, right?
Yeah, exactly. And this move almost no choice for black. I mean, if you connect to now defend your cut, then this is immediately go for white, because black didn't gain. Like you couldn't name one thing black gained from this variation, right? Because black doesn't really have points, and he's not really that strong either, right?
Yeah.
And white connected with his one stone, and also made a lot more territory than he should have made. So if black connect, then that's instantly go for white. So black might have to continue to try to attack white, but now white can cut.
Oh, that's painful.
Yeah, that's very different. Because now your 3 stones and 1 stone are both in jeopardy, right? If you Atari, then if you defend, right? Right. So this is very, very good for white. Compared to what the Joseki actually is, right? And if you try to save your 1 stone, then that's actually going to be worse. Right? Then
bad things are going to happen. I'm telling you.
Yeah, you get killed right away. So basically, me, I to kill either one of black's pieces. So that's one of the reasons why you don't want to Hane. Unless you're playing like a 29Q who's new to the game, then probably 29Q didn't know this. But the thing with white right now is that you see white after this variation is incredibly I wouldn't say incredibly, but it's at least as good as a Joseki for black. The reason is that okay, so now it's even better for black. So right now, no matter what happens, you have to extend the stone. There's a very important reason why. Extending here is very big in terms of points, because if you don't do it, black will do it, and you'll be forced to live inside.
Right? It's sente. Otherwise you die if you don't respond.
Black can almost double his outside influence if black can Hane. So now you play here, you live really comfortably and you get out, and you also limit black's potential, right? So now later on, if black just play a move, right, later on you can jump here, and what's going to happen is that black can almost be attackable if you're strong enough later on. If you're very strong later on, then black can almost be attackable. At least black's not as strong as a wall, right? It definitely has the potential to be attacked. So this move is very important in terms of attack and defense for both players. So I will play that immediately right now. But why play here in the game? If I'm black, well, I'll connect first, right? I'll connect here first. But now I wouldn't even think about El Hane here. Because why not?
which is what Black did in the game.
Oh, why? Oh, yeah, Black. Okay, yeah, Black did a good job. Yeah. So
after this is definitely good for Black because he's got tons and tons of influence on the outside.
Yeah. If you compare this to Joseki, wait,
Yeah.
not this one. Oops, this is not Joseki, guys. Don't.
This is not Joseki. Yeah.
Don't actually do this. No, screw this. Okay, you know what? Yeah, because I played too many variations.
Just place the moves on the board. Just place the moves on the board.
Yeah. So compared to Joseki, what normally happened, right? What normally happened then, right here. So just with Joseki, White gets territory and gets control on the side, and Black gets a wall and kind of controls the center. So Black's potential doesn't extend all the way to the side. Black only have control on his own side and on the center. But what happened in the real game was that in the real game, Black not only gained control of the center, but also gained control of what originally was White's potential, right?
Yeah.
So now.
Actually, before we move on, someone Yakugo asked the question in Twitch chat. What happens if you play C14 instead of B15 in the in-game variation? So
wait, C14.
In the game where I played White Hane on the second line, B15. This is a few moves back. This is like before 30.
Before 30? Just tell me when to stop.
Even before that.
Oh, like right now.
And yeah, so the question is, what else could White do in this on this occasion?
Okay, you know what? That's actually a really good point because if you didn't say this, I already missed it. But I can't promise anything right away. But what I would definitely consider right now, it will be cut. At least I will consider it. But whether it works or not, this is very complicated. Very, very complicated. Because the reason is that Black cannot play here, and the reason is that although ladder doesn't work, but unfortunately White can capture the 2 stones, right?
Yeah.
So what Black has to do to save both his 1 stone and 2 stones is you have to target here first. And White can extend, right? And this is now where it gets really complicated because Black can push 1 more, and and if you turn, right? First, let's see if turn even works or not. Yeah, turn doesn't really work. So then you got an issue.
This is fighting pattern, so there's no guarantee. But what's a better way of handling the situation?
From what I could see, oh shoot, actually works. Sorry, never mind. My bad.
Right.
Yeah, turn.
But
turn actually
even you misread it, so let's not do that.
Yeah. So yeah, but anyway, so let's assume turn works. So you defend, right? But the thing is that it's really hard to say what's going to happen later on because this is very complicated variation. We can't because there's also outside weakness for White's shape. You can't really immediately say what's going to be good for White or what's going to be bad. But from looking at this right now, I will give it a try, this variation, because even if the corner dies, I'm pretty sure you can get a lot of outside benefit.
Yeah.
So yeah, I'm pretty sure you can get a lot of outside benefit, and I will do this variation. Mm-hmm.
But what about C14?
C14, clamp, right?
Yeah, the clamp as Yakuza
clamp works, but the reason why I didn't mention it was because okay, so let's see, clamp, right?
It's going back a few moves.
So clamp here will definitely work because if Black extend down now, cut's gonna be more of an issue. So Black. Oh shoot! Okay, so Black probably has to when you clamp, Black has to connect and you Hane. The reason why I didn't mention this in the very beginning is because when you Hane in the game, right? When you Hane in the game and Black connected, you can also do this. So you'll be the effect will be very similar to as if you clamped. And I personally I wouldn't do this because it give black more forcing moves, right?
It's like
Black can keep on pushing.
It's like okay, but not great because black has like forcing moves, right?
Yeah, the simplest solution in this situation was just to extend, because black no longer has any more forcing move in this area, and it's the cleanest way to go about the situation. So if I were white, I would definitely cut at d15. Who cares what happens, but it's not going to be bad for. It's not going to be bad for white.
Right.
I'm very yeah, just like close your eyes, place the stone down.
It's a good point. It's a good point. All right, let's see
right.
What happened in the game after black had a lot of influence.
So in the game, this is good for black, and okay, so we'll talk about this move. Usually, you don't want to approach high unless you have a very good chance of making influence. But from the process of this game, I don't really see how you can make a big influence. And also note that your one stone here is very low, right? So you don't really want to play any more move in this one area, because then you will limit your. No one's limiting yourself, but you are limiting yourself. So you wouldn't want to do that. So if you want to approach, then a better way to do it would be approach here. Make black go into the smaller area, right?
Yeah.
And then you can take the bigger area on the bottom.
It's kind of wider direction.
Yeah, one direction.
Or wider direction, not one direction.
Wider direction.
That's a boys' band.
Okay, that's a big difference. Okay.
I joke about them a lot. Anyone who watches my streams will know. Anyways,
okay.
Go ahead.
All right, so black plays move. I'm not gonna say skill.
Oh, oops! Yeah,
I'm just gonna say it's totally not necessary. Well, you know that white's not gonna be able to make a huge potential, right? You know that's not really gonna happen. So I mean, just like white, do whatever you want. You want to get the point first, then do whatever you want. So there's no reason to fight in such a narrow area. Like, let's just say even if you get outlived comfortably, you just destroy less than 15 points, where you could have focused on the bottom. So in other words, the bottom is more important in this situation.
Yeah.
Okay, so I'm not okay. It's not bad for either player. Although I've never seen the variation before. Okay. Okay, this move is not unreasonable, but if I'm black, I will take the biggest move on the board, which is to take away the corner right now. That looks like the biggest move on the board, right?
It seems so. Taking the corner is probably even Sente at this point.
Right, because you're so strong on the top, so why a tremendous amount of pressure in the corner? So I would say that this move is really big right now. But I mean, what black play is not a bad move. So let's see what happens in the game.
It puts pressure on white, so nothing bad.
Okay, see, now this is where the issue comes in. See, after you play here, then what's gonna okay, let's not go on more. See, what happens when you play here is that, let's just say white simply connect, right? You defeated your own purpose, which is to cover white, right? So by extending at 05, you basically defeated your own purpose, and you don't want to do that. Now, the simplest way to solve this issue is to play the tiger mouse, and if white wants to keep in connection, then there's going to be an issue for white. Because white's cut off, right? Or you don't have to play exactly a variation like this one. You can cut. Atari. Oh shoot!
Not that one.
Yeah, don't do that.
It'd be great for black. I mean, I'll happily take it if I'm
right. But this is also very good for black, because now that you play N2, the corner is really vulnerable right now. So white can do whatever he wants, but the goal for you is that you already got a lot of points, so you can Hane and do whatever you want in the corner.
Right.
Is it even alive? Wait.
I think it is, right?
Wait a minute. So if you Hane, then what's gonna happen?
Then you.
Yeah, it's actually a very good left and desk problem. So if you guys are watching it, give it a try. But my instinct tells me White's definitely not.
I think White can play at Q3, right?
Q3.
Yeah.
Oh, there we go. Yeah, that works. Yeah, my bad.
But I see what you're talking about, because if so here's a good life and death question for you guys. What happens if White blocks at P1 instead?
Yeah, that's the reason why I came up. I thought it was dead in the very beginning, but Q3 is actually a very good move in this situation. Pretty hard to find.
It's kind of just like a point you not notice. Like I came up with Q3 like as my last choice, because normally I would think about like something like P1, but
right. This looks like something I would do in the tournament. I will think that White's dead. Like I didn't even read. I think, it looks dead. Okay, I'm gonna play this. I'm gonna put all my bet on this. If I kill it, the game wins. And then all of a sudden White plays, oh wait, oh man, that's and then the game changes in an instant. But yeah, if you guys haven't figured it out, this is almost the only move you.
Actually, doesn't hurt if you like play this in the game, because you'll end up with Sente anyways.
Yeah, but the thing is that you cannot place your bet on killing this one. Then that would be a mistake. Yeah, R1 kills White in this situation, and if you guys don't know why, that would be a good puzzle to solve or try it out. In your game. Let's leave that for the future. Well, anyway, so as Stefan mentioned, White could indeed live by playing here, but the problem with living this way is that originally that White has like 10 points or 8 points in the corner.
Yeah.
Now you have about 3 points, right? And Black can even make the bottom however he wants. And the bottom's gonna be Black's point. So I just showed a very simple variation. Of course, if you're a more aggressive player, you can continue to attack White if you wish.
Did Black play at 05 in the game actually? Because we also mentioned Black
in the game. In the game, Black. Wait, hold on. I went too much. Oops. All right. So in the game, what happened was that Black just played 05. I see. So yeah, the reason why you shouldn't play here again is because you defeated your own purpose of playing 04. Because you want to cover White. Now you just let White go, right? So this what you want to do this, right? And okay, so let's see what goes on. All right, so it's not bad actually. White plays. Well, a simpler variation would just to be connect. I was more worried about connection here. But it's not easy to say because because there are complications. You could possibly make sacrifice, but it looks pretty good for Black though. Looks really good for Black. So yeah, I'm not gonna say anything why they was wrong, but it might be a lot more simpler to just connect.
It turned out all right. No, for White, this was very good.
Okay, so this move is okay. There's many things wrong with this move. First of all, first of all, you played in an area that is not big, right? This move captures one stone, 5 points. Very, very big. That's actually very big. But at this point in time, it's not the biggest move. So that's one thing that's wrong. But second, it's also not the most urgent move on this, on this board right now. It doesn't attack White. It's just simply points. So a move that's very urgent and also very big is to invade the corner. This move is, as the time goes on, this move gets bigger and bigger, because as Black gets more stones in the surrounding, the weaker the 2 stones White would get. Yeah. So if White gets strong enough, White might even have to compromise like this, and Black just gets 3 points. It's just like money falling out the sky. It's
like right now, if you block at D3, Black might actually just play at C4, right? And
it's like 3 points for Black, right? and now see.
And then white power has to respond again because otherwise black will pincer from C8, and that's gonna be just kind of close to death for white.
Yeah, right. So okay, so apparently a lot had happened. So white chose to wedge here. I'm not gonna comment. So let's just see what's gonna be the result. All right. So okay, let's go back.
The Taijam Ethan says no comment, which means this is probably bad. I'm just kidding.
No, it's not because something bad. It's because it's totally outside of what normal people would think. So I didn't want to, see if I wouldn't want to say it's good or bad until we see the result, right?
Right.
So the problem with this move, it's almost the same problem as a move with G16. It's not the biggest move on the board, and it's not the most urgent move on the board. And of course, the most urgent move would be to play here. Now, after you play here, you can also invade at H3. So this move is almost it's like incredibly important and big at the same time. So the fact that both players missed it make it even again. So but the even bigger problem is that white chose to Atari here. Don't try, if possible, try not to let your opponent get Ponuki, especially too early in the game. So if black Atari, maybe you just have to connect.
30 points.
Black have to defend and come back. It doesn't really, white didn't really do any significant damage to black, but the game still goes on, and but the thing in the game is that white has lost a tremendous amount of points, and to just get the 2 stones.
And it's Gote too.
Yeah, right. So black got so much stronger than he was, and the thing with your white taking out the 2 stones is that black's really, really strong. So it doesn't really do much. So black gained more in this situation. I would say. All right, so black play here. All right, so okay.
Should have still played at 3-3, as we talked about earlier.
Yeah, the corner.
But white gets to defend now, right?
Yeah. Okay. So this move's okay, but black should defend, like Stefan said, because okay. Let's see what in the game. Let's see what exactly happened in the game. Then we can come back. Okay, so it's completely different from what I thought it would be. So okay, so the problem with this move right now is that okay, so if you extend, right, first of all, you secure all of your points on the bottom, and second, there's still a 3-3 invasion. Okay, let's make it even more simple. There's actually just simply jump. There's already the corner is already half open, so white probably has to spend another move here to defend. So that would be Gote for white, right? The problem for this move is that white defended the corner is very solid. Okay, it's all white, right? The problem is that your territory on the bottom, there's also issues, right? For example, in the game, let's see what happened, right? So, okay.
Now white's corner is like rock solid.
Yeah, and your bottom territory is very open. White can just play the simplest variation, for example. Then you lose almost all of your territory, and white's not really afraid of fighting with you because your shape is also incredibly. Oh shoot, that's not what I intended to play. Your shape is also incredibly vulnerable, right?
Yeah.
So white's not really afraid to fight with you. And yeah, in fact, I don't know who's attacking who. So
this is
so
this is.
And if you cannot cut, then
let's just say that this is not the best for black.
Right. So yeah, that's one of the reasons why this is not a good variation. And white tries to be an artist right now.
Jeez, I got people spamming my chat. I'm gonna have to turn on bot. I'm just kidding. I'll do that. I'll do that next time.
Yeah, don't worry, it's okay. So white tries to be creative and be an artist. Very good spirit. And definitely something we should try out. If we haven't.
Yeah, just have fun.
But Yeah, but the thing with being an artist is that you have to also do some reading, right? Uh, now, playing here is fine. There's nothing wrong with playing. I mean, okay, I shouldn't say it's fine, but it's not a bad idea. But the thing is that how you continue this move is what's really important. I will play here. If I were white, if you connect, then I can go home, right? So this actually
with
not
tons of territory on. Basically, black's bottom is gone. Let's put it that way.
And if black wants to prevent you from connecting home, okay, this is really complicated, but first of all, let's talk with the simplest variation to this. Okay, first of all, you can just push out. Let's be honest, you can just push out.
Right.
Black can almost never Hane because of the one stone AGHS L4. Yeah. So basically, why black has to continue playing, and you're like, okay, I mean, you don't really know what's going on, but just peep here, so you can play the small knight move, and there we go, you're out. And look at black; he's under attack without even an eye, right? God. So if you want to be an artist, then that's a perfect way to, make your opponent, be really vulnerable, suffer, and. That's not the end of the story, because you can come out this way too. There's basically holes everywhere in black. You don't have to
get destroyed by Taijam 8 Dan.
You don't have to do that, but just showing a couple of variations where you could have made a very good use of your artistic move in the game. But I think in the game, white took the art a little bit to a too high level, and that's when dangerous stuff starts to happen. Looks like it's what happened in the game.
This is actually okay. Not bad.
It's actually okay, but the reason why it's okay is because black missed a very important point. In the situation right now, this is very important. Very big in terms of points. Also, destroy white's base on the bottom. Also make territory for your own. Very important. If white Hane now, it's not really a big deal because you already have connect on the bottom. But just jump. I mean, so white 3 stones still under attack. But the main problem with these 3 stones under attack is that it's totally unnecessary. If you just play F2 in the beginning, you probably destroy most of white black's territory anyway. And you also increase your own territory if you play F2, right? So this was, not very necessary for white.
But right now it's just like a ruthless group of just weak white stones. And if black is to capture this group, then he retains all the territory. And maybe even more.
Yeah, and you cannot complete an art with one artist. So black have to start painting right now. So very creative move by black.
Oh my god.
It will work depending on how you manipulate it. Let's see how it turned out in the game. Okay, so that's definitely not the way you should manipulate this move. So one move I can think of right off my head is to play here. White player has to connect, and you can get out.
That's good.
That's one way. Yeah, but So another way, a little bit more risky, would be The more risky way would be to cut. From what it looks like, it probably doesn't work. It probably doesn't work. But let's not go too much into the variation, because the reason why I can, from my feeling, I can say it's probably not going to work like right away is because there's too much AGHS in white. Like there's another too much AGHS in black. There's like AGHS D7 too, right? There's like too much AGHS in black. So my prediction, my first prediction is probably not going to work, and I don't think it will. I mean, right? Because if you hunt it, then can't really do much. Can't really do much. So in the game, black completed the art for white. The stone at K6 is very beautiful. Like it completes, completes the coloring.
It's like 3 in a row.
So now, so now there we go. Fang goes famous painting. It's done right here, and we got a group captured. Good job for white, and we destroyed black's territory. Good job for white.
And we also have a cut point.
D7. Another cutting point, D7. Good job, and you have influence in the center now. So, from the moment you clamped at J4. Very good artistic, very good creative sauce. Not, and none of my comments are really being sarcastic or joking, but it's actually really good to try new move, to be creative. Not just once in a while, but if you can be creative, always try to be creative, because the best players are not the ones that repeat, but rather the ones that come up with their own solution to problems. So, like in this case, right? White did a new move and it worked out perfectly. Now, obviously, black played some wrong move, but that's a different story. But the idea is that you should always try, come up with your own move or be creative when you can. So, looking at this game from a standpoint of a dom player or from a spectator, the game is pretty much over for black, because you lost 30 points like right away, and there's still like a billion AGHS, so the game is pretty much over, strictly speaking.
Let's see, did black fight back at all?
Yeah, so let's continue watching the game. I'm not going to make too many comments because technically the game is already settled right now, because after white captured black.
Look at that motive in the center.
Yeah, right. So after, it's even more over, because black's only potential area becomes second line. So. So let's just watch the game. I'll comment on any major mistake or major artistic or good move. For our
painting is almost complete.
View. Yeah. And the thing is that the metaphor with art is not. It's not something that I came up with, but rather Go is an art. So it's not I'm not criticizing or making it sound good by saying art, but rather, that's actually a very important factor of the game.
Actually, it is art. If you look at the shape of
it is art.
Patterns of a Go game, then this is art.
Yeah, it's an art. So.
So it seems like we've got ourselves into a pretty complicated battle here.
Yes, and this battle, I would say, is totally unnecessary for white. One thing you should know that is that when you're winning, try to avoid battle at all cost, because every battle means another chance for your opponent to kill you. So don't put your life on risk when you win the lottery. Okay, drive safely. Don't steal money. Just if you win the lottery, then
on your way home from the lottery station, you already got like 2.5 million in the back of the trunk.
Yeah.
Just go home.
I mean, if you win the lottery and there's like another sales or discount at like one store, don't go, because you got like $1 million. You don't need to save $2 on like a on piece of meat, right? So try to avoid that. I mean, saving is definitely a good thing, but in general, from a normal person's logic standpoint, it's not reasonable to do that, right? So I guess the result didn't change much, because black in the end just died again. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, let's see if there's any other exciting things or artistic things being made. And looks almost cold. Almost cold. All right.
So close.
Okay.
Let's just quickly play until the end of the game.
All right, so when black play here, strictly speaking, you have to be really careful. Actually, the reason why is that this move, something could happen immediately if you don't respond correctly, because your corner is alive. The only thing that can possibly happen to your corner is that it gets smaller, right?
Yeah.
But black's group, the status of it might not be the same anymore. So for one thing, you can definitely think about straight off the bat, is that you can let's see, either you can do tiger mouth, right? Would this be ko?
Yeah, it's gonna be a ko.
It's gonna be a ko. So that's one thing black can play. Or if you're more aggressive, you can just straight away hane. If you want.
That's hardcore.
That's very very hardcore. And the thing with this ko is that if you win, you can also take H3 stone, right? Because in the other variation, we see that Y already connected here, so there's no chance of you capturing that one stone anymore.
Right.
So if you're really brave, you can even start the ko right away. So this is okay. Anyway, so
something is gonna happen.
Okay. This is actually pretty interesting right now. All right. Okay. See, now this is not a ko anymore. It's actually black directly lives. Yeah. Okay.
And that also works. That also works.
Yeah.
The honey at H1 also works.
Yeah, that I was thinking that would look a little bit prettier, but black I guess black decide to not do arts anymore, so it's fine. And
now it's time to get back to the game.
Okay, so yeah, now if you can see that the game definitely has gotten a lot closer after white mistakenly let black connect. But from a really quick look and judgment at the game again, I think white's still okay. Because of black's suicidal attempts in the center, I think white's still okay.
Yeah.
So okay, wait a minute. Okay, so all right, yeah, it's not a bad move. All right, so just in terms of value, just connecting would be bigger than blocking. So some small comments, and let's see what's gonna happen in the game.
Ooh.
All right.
Okay.
Okay, this is not
so close to cutting.
Not a big deal. Mm-hmm.
So everyone will probably get super excited.
Yeah.
Oh look,
okay.
there's a B9 Atari there.
Yeah, there is, and
yeah.
I'm not gonna go that deep because why is trying to be nice right here.
Yeah.
So. Oh wow.
That's artistic.
Oh, that's actually really, really great, Tatsuji. Yeah, that's artistic right there. And okay, so okay. Okay. I almost thought for a second that black can take the other stone off.
It's gonna be really impressive in your college profiles. Like I played that move.
Our portfolio.
Right.
So let's see how much did white win in the end. Where did white win? Right.
That counts as
white definitely won.
CR. Yeah, I think white won.
By how much? Let's see.
Let's go to the original game.
Let's see. I guess 10 points at least. From what it looks like.
25.5. Pretty good guess.
Okay, yeah,
sure.
white won. Yeah, so
the center was
good
still
job.
like too much.
Yeah, but black's attempt in the center. After that, the bottom group, even if it lived or not, it doesn't really matter anymore. So my comment in general to Uru or Yuru is that very good game. I really like the fact that you try to be creative on the bottom, and and you worked out really well. Usually those moves are the ones that confuse your opponent, and usually those are the moves that bring unexpected results. So I think very good job for white to at least giving a daring attempt on the bottom for clamping. And just overall, white did really well in this game. Just one quick note: the Joseki we talk about on the top left. Maybe you should study in depth a little bit more, because in the game you didn't really punish black. Otherwise, the game could be instantly favorable for you. So that's only probably one thing that that's a little bit unfortunate. But overall, the game is very good for white and really good for black too. Black did a really good job. Just a little bit not that careful on the bottom, and otherwise, black did a very good job in this game too.
Yeah, so this is I enjoyed reviewing this game, and this is pretty awesome. Does anyone have questions about it? And actually, before we go, we can probably do one more quicker game review. So, if you want to review another game, please feel free to post in the Twitch chat right now, or feel free to ask other questions. Or, for example, how did Yunxuan Li got to like Titan 8-9? Actually, that's a good question. How did you
before you do the
question,
let me quickly use the restroom.
Yeah. All right. Cool. Yeah, it was a pretty good review, and we probably still have like 20-30 minutes. So, does anyone have games they wish to review? Yes, no. And oh, Go Penny. Sorry for not saying hi earlier. Welcome to the stream. I feel like actually, all three of my recent guests are like on the West Coast. That's kind of weird. And oh, let's pull up this game before we leave. Alright, so it seems that we got.
Sorry about guys.
It seems that we've got another game to look at before we go. And well, this the game link is actually we're gonna go over the other game probably, because this stream is mostly for people not at your level. But actually I had Austin teaching, I had Tyler, I had Nick Siddiqui, I had Andrew Jackson, and you. So all of you guys are on like the West Coast right now.
Yeah.
So yeah,
we're all the Go players.
Yeah, the game link is online-go.game/2919921 if you or maybe
so who posted the link? Is it
it's Green Ray.
All right, we'll go over your game.
And
wait, I see I0 also posted a game.
Yeah, he's 5-9. We're not gonna go over his game. It's like too good.
Okay, yeah. So let's go over a game that's more reasonable for non-professionals to go over. And
what do you go by your username on AGHS?
Yeah, how should we refer you? Call you.
Right. I actually think this. By the way, did you play against Zend 12? Because I think that's just judging by the username. You guys probably play the game or something.
Are you talking about
Zentronium? Yeah. He was on the stream earlier. Okay, Mr. Mia, we're gonna see if we have time for that. We'll try to look at this game quickly and then move on to yours, and then we're probably gonna call it a night. But
we'll be good. It could be good if you can go over Mr. Miya's game too. So as we know, the most important part of the game is probably the first 50 to 100 moves. So we'll probably just go over that for this game.
You haven't created a review yet.
Oh yeah, sorry about that. So we'll probably just go over the beginning of this game, so we can do a little more game reviews for our viewers. Yeah. So let's go to the very beginning of this game.
This game had a lot of moves.
Yeah. Let's see. All right. So this move at C10 is very popular. No, not very popular, but very recent variation of Joseki. and White's response is one of the response you could play.
Really?
So it's fine. Yeah.
This is Joseki?
Usually,
Oh my
this
God.
is actually Joseki. White can choose to play outside too.
Oh jeez.
Or White can ignore this move and play here. That's also a very common one for both players. But yeah, but the thing with this Joseki is really funny. There's not a certain way how it must proceed. But there's a general direction, and the general direction is basically set on which one of these moves White plays. But there's no really a definitive pattern to where it has to become. All right, so let's talk about this move. A black play here. It's not a bad move, and it has a very obvious purpose, and that is to
Split.
Split White and maybe attack, right?
Yeah.
But it's not really necessarily the most efficient way of splitting. That's first of all. And second, it's not necessary to split White. So let's talk about the first one. If you want to split White, that's probably be more efficient. Because you reduce points in White, and you also much quicker, much faster, right? So that's one thing. And if you want to cut, then you can cut.
Yeah.
It's not. I mean, it's not a big deal because it's not a big deal because you have a move at D12, right? So this will be a little bit. This actually will be over concentrated for White because a move at D12 is actually totally unnecessary. Right. So it's not a big deal either.
But at the same time, White has to defend the cut point, right? Because in the variation, after you extend at D14, White has to fix. Otherwise, Black would just push and cut. Right. Maybe even worse.
And that's the first thing. The second thing, it's not necessary to split White, and this is what I learned from my former teacher, Mr. Kim Yunxuan, 9-down professional. He did this to me in one of the games. He played like a move over here, right? So I connect on the bottom, and I think that it's an even exchange, right? Maybe later on he's gonna play here, and it's pretty even exchange for both players, right? Maybe he just chose to play a certain direction, but actually later on there's actually AGHS in the corner. Live in the corner.
That's so nasty.
That's very tricky. And now now you look back, H17 is actually at the perfect, almost perfect position, right?
Yeah.
To limit White's wall. So this is very disgusting, but 9-down pros, I'm not gonna comment.
By the way, my teacher is 9-down professional.
Yeah, 9-down pros, a very friendly person, very friendly teacher. Has so many cool, Joseki patterns, variations. So that was what he told me. When I say disgusting, in Go, disgusting basically means cool beyond a certain extent. Very, very cool variation that he taught me. He didn't play this, but he didn't play this in a game, but he showed me afterwards. I was like, wow, okay. So
what happened in the game?
So in other words, what happened in the game was that I connected. Well, something like this, right? I connected, and later on he just tried to be nice and let me go.
Yeah.
And in the game, later on, eventually, I got destroyed elsewhere. So. So yeah, but even like a variation like this will be good enough for Black, right?
Right.
So he played that very gentle to me, and but yeah. So in other words, it's not necessary to split White because. And okay, I'll talk about this point later on because I really want to say make a generalization later on after we've seen more game. Ooh. So all right, so this is really funny is that White has 2 diagonals and Black has 2 bamboo. Well, not bamboo.
I like where this is going. This is art.
I mean it's art, yeah. So
art.
We always encourage artistic elements in the game. So anytime there's a normal abnormal shape that usually we don't think of, we shouldn't say it's right away it's really bad, because there's no way that you can think of all the variations. What most obvious to you might actually be wrong. So especially those moves that I think that are really hard to come up with, then they might be really good move in reality. So that's one of the reasons why I don't judge move right away. I want to see how the direction is going. Because I always encourage people to play creative. Because creativity is definitely what creates what makes the game exciting. Okay, so now is the time to actually reflect back. Okay. All right.
I actually thought this was pretty good for black.
Yeah, it's pretty good for black, and this way it's probably immediately good for black.
That's game over.
Yes. So you want to play here, and white's probably gonna play some move like this one. But even so, no, actually, black's in somewhat of trouble right now. But black is indeed in trouble, and so now I have to trace back to where the problem really started. So can black play another variation to the situation? If I were black, I'd probably play here. The two stones probably gonna be dead, but you can probably make some benefit on the outside. So, and plus, I don't see a very easy way for white to capture me. So, I'll play something like this.
That's pretty good.
Yeah, it looks really good. I mean,
I like it for black.
It doesn't really matter who dies or who lives, but just the fact that black gets so many moves on the outside is good enough. Yeah. So, first instinct would be to play here, to play this move right here. But anyway, in the game,
this is different from the version you played. Yeah. Played out.
Right, because now white capture black much more comfortably. But except there's still AGHS, right? Black can block down. Yeah. Right. So in other words, white made a mistake, because in this situation you should definitely do the double Atari. Outside is always more important than inside, especially in the very beginning, right? So now this is bad for black. If this is immediately bad for black and very good for white. So white taking here was a mistake. So now black's actually okay. Black's okay now because you still have to defend. Yeah, so you walk away with Sente, right? Yeah.
Inazuma, welcome to the stream, and we're reviewing a game right now.
What's going on? Yeah. So basically, the idea is that when you're reviewing your own game, where you're looking at what you did wrong, trace back move by move to see where you could have done better and to see where the problem started. So in this situation, white should have double Atari on the outside. Yeah. Okay. So. All right. Oh. What was that all about? I guess there's many artistic players in tonight's show. Again, like I talked about in the last game, we have to look at each move based on how urgent it is and how valuable it is. And as I have been taught, urgency always comes first. So if a move is very urgent, you always want to play that one first. Then you worry about the values later on. So if I'm black in this situation, I'll play a move like this one. And if white honey, I'll just clamp. This is very painful for white.
Right. White's gonna be confined to the corner. That's not good for him.
Right, and the tragic part is that you have to probably play more move to live. Yeah.
Penny asks, are we rooting for white or black? I guess we're rooting for white because Green Ray is in the stream.
Right, but we're commenting equally on both players. Right. Yeah. So we know, so that's a source of learning to see what both players did wrong. Urgency always comes first. So this move is very urgent right now. And how do we know it's urgent? Well, we have to make a judgment, right? Because white's so over-concentrated, that means white's also really strong. So because white's really strong, that your two stones is very weak. Vulnerable. So weak. So you want to make base and also to pretty much destroy white's corner and make good shape. So this is very important right now. Then white, see if you don't do it. White takes the corner, but
Yeah.
how you take the corner is also something we have to talk about. If you want to play a move in the corner, you probably should play here or play jump or jump. If you want to play in the corner, it looks okay to me. Not right. Doesn't. I mean, if black wants to.
Oh, now
jump
we have
out,
Basco join the stream. This is everyone's here. Yay!
Oh, Basco. Hey, hey, Doran. And yeah, so if you want to play in the corner, jump would be better. But again, we try to pursue arts, so not gonna comment on certain choice.
In the long pursuit of art, you can do anything as long as it's
Yeah, see that. Right, that's a good thing about this game is that there's almost no limitation as long as you don't break like the 2 rules. So you play anywhere, you can play anywhere you want, and we definitely encourage wherever you play because creativity is very important. So now white's being artistic again, which is very cool. But this situation, there's a very obvious problem like right away. So black can split white immediately.
Mm-hmm.
And as you guys can probably tell, I'm not really a confrontational person. So if I can make profit without conflict, I would definitely not do that. Not start a battle. So every battle basically has a reason why the battle started. But in this situation, I would do this right away because the game is immediately good for black.
Just beautiful shape.
Yeah. And also because I'm an artist, so I will do that. Okay, so this is exactly.
Inazuma,
this is exactly how.
Never mind.
Yeah,
she said
exactly how you.
Yeah.
Huh?
She said we should play at. She said we should play at A1, artistic.
A1. A1 is artistic. That's right. Wait a minute. I think I lost my game review. Wait, I lost my board. What happened? Hold on. Let me try to start another review if I can. Because something happened to my board.
Just refresh. You should be fine.
Refresh. Where's let's see.
Just refresh your browser.
How do we refresh? Page. On my page?
Yeah, refresh the page probably. Just go to your browser. There usually is a refresh button, or just open it.
I know what you mean. Let's see if it works. And okay, I'm feeling it might take me to the home page of AGHS.
That's okay.
Okay, I guess we're back. Yeah, we're back.
All right.
So this move is doable, but it's not the best move. Wait, what? Okay, never mind. So white should block. Black probably cut. The situation is very complicated, but you have to block. If you let black cut you in half like this one, it's really bad. Like the other honey, like you still have to read and think about it, right? But this move, without even reading, we can tell it's immediately unfavorable for white.
Yeah.
Because you got cut in half, right? So yeah, for white, try to connect your stones when you're being attacked, because now the situation is kind of difficult. Well, first of all, your corner is not completely alive. Second of all, your 2 stones kind of stranded on the outside.
Right.
Okay, so again, like we said, splitting apart your opponent stones apart is very important. So if I'm black, I'll probably play here. You probably have to defend like another move, and I'll just play like.
That's how we win the game of Connect 5. I'm just kidding.
Right, that's right. But too bad. I have a move at F19, so technically you can't win yet. So yeah, so you can play a move like this, but in the game, it's actually okay. never mind. You have to hunt it. Continue to push out. The one thing when you are attacking your opponent very happily, you're like, I'm just destroying you right now. One thing when you are attacking your opponent very happily is that you also have to watch out for your own weakness.
Yeah.
So don't just blindly attack your don't just blindly attack your opponent and forget about your own weakness, because that's exactly how chaos happens. And right, so let's continue see what happened in the game.
Yeah.
Okay, so all right. Okay, so let's talk about this. There's a cutting point, right? And very good reading on Black's part. Very good reading. You could almost capture White.
Yeah.
If White wants you to capture, but yeah, let's say you can capture White. Very good reading. But the thing with these kind of decisions, you have to look at the whole board, right? You have to look at the whole board. And the thing is that, okay, never mind. I guess what I would have done is that I would have played here. Just give it to you, and
right.
Just play here. You captured 3 stones, but you pretty much lost everything else. So
yeah, if you look at the board at a global scale, then this is actually like not so good for Black.
Yeah. So before, when you play a move, always think about what the final image is going to look like, and do a little bit of judgment to see if it's favorable for your future or not. So this is good immediately for you, but for your future, it's definitely not very favorable. And so, yeah, but in the game, a detour happened, and okay.
White connected.
White connected. That's okay. No, that's okay, because you connected and Black's under attack. But no, that's definitely not something I would choose, because it's not necessary. It's complicated for no reason, right? Okay, so Black has to be an artist. Continue the fighting spirit. Okay, let's see what goes on. Okay.
Oh, okay. All right.
Wait, so
all right.
So I have to say that, but looking at the length of the game, White is a very persistent, very very strong fighter, and that continue for so long, because to us, the game is very hard to continue.
Yeah.
Okay.
But
so
that
is a very big mistake.
That didn't end
very
well.
Big mistake.
Yeah.
So no matter what happened, you have to connect, and this most likely will be okay, because
actually I think White's fine after this.
Yeah, White's fine. Yeah, and Black actually might be in trouble, right?
Yeah.
So this is actually fine for White. So yeah, but okay. So that's unfortunate. So yeah, we're gonna look maybe 10 more moves, and okay. So
we have another game before we.
Yeah, we have another game coming up. So Han is a Joseki, and it's very good in this situation, because all your high stones correlate together to make very good shape, and this is not a good variation for Black. So White, good job of taking advantage of Black's move. And okay, so up to now, White got benefit beyond the Joseki, but the whole game is Black's winning by a whole lot because of killing the top group. So this is very good for Black. And general comment about the game is that okay, from the 2 games I've seen so far, there's one thing that we have to know, and I say a lot of professionals have to know this too, is that when playing a move, well, they already know, but when playing a move, do not play it because it feels so good to play. Like, because it's like this, right? If you hate somebody, right, do not punch him just because it feels good to punch him. That's the easiest way for you to for you to get expelled.
You might get a probation from school. I'm just kidding.
Yeah, don't play a move because it feels good to play it, but play a move because there's a reason, because it makes profit.
Right.
So try to, when you play a move, try to ask the question: does it give me profit? Instead of, can I kill this group, or does it feel good? rather give yourself a habit of whether you can make a profit out of it. And I used to be the person who will definitely play the move that feels good. If I can attack my opponent's group, I'll attack it right away because it feels good to attack, right? But later on, I have learned that attacking and stuff doesn't have to happen immediately. If there's a weak group, you can let it sit there for a while, and you play moves elsewhere.
Yeah.
Because you can always come back to it. So do not play the move that feels good immediately. Rather think about the value of each move and the efficiency. Again, the player that wins.
Sometimes when you play like for fun, just play whatever like feels good, right? But right now we're talking about like those moves that feel good but don't really accomplish like anything, right?
Yeah. So that's my comment for not only for this game, for the past game too. So try to think about the efficiency of your move. After all, the person that wins is not the person that kills the most group, but the person that has maximized the efficiency of every stone. At least that's how you're supposed to win, from a professional standpoint.
But don't let this discourage you from doing art. Just saying.
Right. Yeah. So very good job for White. Besides port on the top. And thank you for sharing this game. And
who won? Actually,
I think we have another person. Oh yeah, who won? Well, that would be very interesting to note.
See the original game. Actually, Black wins by resignation. Okay. Yeah. So
Black wins.
It turns out that the top side was probably too much.
Yeah. So yeah, it's kind of expected from the point of why I got killed on the top, but I guess that's how it went. So thank you very much for sharing this game. And then maybe we have to go to the next game right now.
Yeah, we'll do one before you go. And that's provided that Mr. Miyai. Could you share us the link again, the first link?
Miyai, can you share the game?
We can't go over all the games because it's getting late. But Renee, good job, and tops didn't go well, but you're a good fighter, and I wanted to keep it up because I like fighting too. Eventually, it's where you get all your adrenaline rush from.
A very good game, and just a little bit unfortunate on the top. That's maybe one thing that's not as perfect. If there's much spot we need to take care of. So yeah. And
Inazuma, thank you for complimenting my stream overlay. It's been a pleasure. Actually, the last time we did the show together, the overlay was much different. This was before Congress. I was a shy little kid who had no idea what he's doing. Then I went to Congress and saw so many people who actually appreciated my work, and then I was like, yay! And then I actually met Cho Hye-yeon, who's like professional 9-dan. She's like, I loved your stream. I was like, oh.
Yeah, and actually, Stefan has a really good point. So for those of you who have never been to a Go Congress, I strongly suggest you at least go to one of them in your, preferably as early as possible before you starting to age more, because it's in all honesty, it's more fun for younger players. So if you can go as soon as you go to the next one with the one after that, a very good experience for you.
And if you haven't started Go streaming, try it out. It's pretty fun.
I stream too. I used to stream a lot, but now I mainly do YouTube videos on my own games, and it's very good feeling to be able to find your own mistakes, look over your own games, because a lot of times that's what we tend to neglect to do, right? Yeah. So if you haven't tried out streaming and stuff, try it out, because it's actually a lot of fun.
All right. So we'll look at this game, and it's a close win by Black, 5.5. And
Oh yeah,
let's
Mr. Miyai shared the he shared
yeah.
the same.
So he's Taro on OGS. So
Mhm.
let's see. Maybe start a review.
Yeah, let's start a review. And for those of you who just came in and don't know why Stefan has another guy in here with him, I'm gonna send like a little short statement into the chat on who I am. So so I'm not gonna hold on. I'm not gonna I'm not gonna explain myself again because again we have to review this game. But for those new players, I send my information in the chat again, so you can look at it. And I'm also like a streamer like Stefan, and I'm also a competitive Go player like Stefan. So we actually have a lot in common. Okay, so let's review this game.
And Uru, it's okay. My first few videos were like also not the best, but as long as you keep doing it, the quality of your videos and like stream overlays will just become better and better. So yeah, there's that.
So,
okay, let's review the game
Yeah.
and let's see here. I'm actually gonna take control for a sec here. So
or Stefan, if you want to go ahead with this game, then okay.
Let the host do it for at least once.
Yeah.
So you can go to the list of users and just click on the small like user icon in the top right corner of the chat box with the number
top
3 next.
Right.
With the number 3 next to it.
Oh yeah, I found that.
And then just click on my name.
I click on you? I'll give control. Okay, I gave you control. So you have it now.
I have it now? Okay, cool.
Mm-hmm.
Let's go back to the game and go from the beginning. Have you streamed your own games like Adriana? I have, indeed. On show number 61, I played Nick Savicki live. On number 63, I played against Andrew Jackson 4 times.
4 times.
Yo, did you know that? With List. And
I know you played him. I didn't know it was 4 times though.
It's like I wrecked him so hard. It was like fun. It was a lot of fun. We talked a lot about AGA and stuff like that. But yeah, so let's go over this game.
Andrew's very. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, he's cool. He's awesome. And let's see here, Takamoku, the most losing move for white. Well, I won't say that. This is just art. Once again, this is art, ladies and gentlemen.
Yes.
It's very stylish. Even though I would say that I personally pick C2 probably. So I'm Sane and maybe pick up the pace of the opening. Because in the game, Black ended up helping White build his left side. So here, White actually became really strong on the left, and maybe this is like slightly better just playing here or something like that. But the idea was Black made White a lot stronger, and it kind of defeats the purpose of playing at d3 and just getting a Sente move maybe like play elsewhere. So right now, when White invades at g3, Black actually has a burden because he needs to deal with this group. In this case, it's probably like not that hard, right? Because you have
this is like another one of those cases where this kind of move is definitely not necessary because you're playing on a very narrow area on the board. There's like plenty of other areas that are bigger, so it's not really necessary to invade at this time. Yeah.
So actually here is it's fine for Black, so you can just deal with this. I think as White, I'll probably just get outside and force Black to go small. But it's not much of a big deal. But I can still manage pretty well. And now that you have the Hane at e5, you actually have an Atari at d6, which is super comfortable.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, so white plays here, decided to do art. That's fine. We don't discriminate against people who choose art majors. But right, because you have like, you know. Anyways, you could probably just take here because white doesn't have any code threats. So white does this, then you can just keep going. And it's painful because if white doesn't respond, for example, like it jumps out, then you actually have this cut. So you just keep torturing white essentially. But the idea is black is going to be comfortable that way. In this case, though, black's jumping out, but white can also jump out at g7. So even if black captures, then white can just like connect. So it's not that much of a big deal. Black still needs to deal with this weak group in the bottom left. So here, ooh, Saturn say. Yeah. Is Vasco still here? Never mind. Every time I think about you, whenever there's a Saturn say. By the way, there's actually a match between Ryan Li, Crazy Win, and Mark 5000 on OGS tomorrow at 2:00. So, just by the way, he might play the Saturn say, and you never know what's gonna happen.
Oh yeah, by the way, for H8, White might have played D7, and that possibly could have ended the game like on the spot.
White plays
E7.
White plays E7?
Yeah, D7.
Oh, D7. There we go. Instead of this move?
Yeah, that might have ended the game like on the spot, maybe.
I mean, it's kind of tricky though, right? Because black can capture, but
yeah, it's not easy. But the thing is that this code, it's like really hard for black to fight.
Right.
Yeah.
So white takes this code first.
Yeah, that's the main problem for this.
I see what you mean. So yeah, because if or we can just do art once again and Tanuki, and white plays here, then we're all dead. But we get all of the right side, and now we just oh my god, I can't even continue.
Now we just start making a new painting.
Yeah, we're starting over a new spot. We messed it up in a corner. Now let's just finish the right part. Anyways.
Yeah, black. These moves are actually very creative, and they're actually really good.
Yeah.
Because they just fix the AGHS that we previously talked about.
Yeah. So right now, white's D7 doesn't work anymore because black actually can just come out easily.
So white decided to be a thief and not go through the front door, but go through the back door.
Slide. I wonder if you can actually play here.
Yeah, I would do that.
Maybe you can also get something like this. Then.
Well, even so, it's hard to say, but
it's hard, right? It's complicated.
Yeah, it's hard. Yeah, but it seems okay for white though. White could be split, but black's also not going to be comfortable.
Right.
Oh yeah, and that's kind of art. There we go.
That's art. Yeah, exactly. That's art. We might end up even just playing all this out, and then maybe we have this, maybe we have this, and then maybe we'll have what else? Anyways, there's much left to the imagination of the mind.
But this way, so the game has taken on a very unexpected route.
It kind of had the same impact on Go the way Impressionism had an impact in modern art. I'm just kidding.
Yes.
I did a study of Claude Monet for my French class. That's how I came up. He was pretty good. I say better than me. White actually did not capture. Okay, that's fine. Now we're just too worried about that black's dragon.
So White really liked to not use the front door. He likes to go through the back.
Yeah.
With a Q2
Sneaky
and
ways.
K2.
Yeah, I think he probably could have attacked, even though it's still hard, of course. It's not going to be easy.
You're right.
So actually, like E9 was actually a good move, right? See, it's actually kind of hard to like deal with this group now. You can't capture it that way because first of all, you got the Ko, which is now also kind of dangerous for White. And you probably have something like this. I don't know. It's gonna be complicated whatsoever. So so White once again did that. That's okay. That's fine. Ooh, Black was going for the kill.
So Black's learning from White, going through the back door.
I'd say probably Honey, right?
Yeah, I think so too. Looks more reasonable.
Of course, you can start another code there. So, I mean, there are many possibilities.
Right.
But if White doesn't allow Black to do that, then it's actually great for Black. That way you just get most of them outside. And White has to live now.
Yeah. In fact, White is almost dead, so...
Yeah. But this way, White just strides into the heart of Black's territory and says, "You know what? Bring it on!"
Yeah, it's just like walking through you just walking through a person's living room. You say, "Okay, I'm just gonna go in here and take whatever. You're not gonna care."
And then you say, "How dare you? You're not gonna take all my stuff away!" But
so what Black's trying to do is that Black's trying to close all the doors and like try to beat you up inside.
Yeah.
So the question is, can he do that? Okay, he gave up.
But you can probably still survive with the food in the fridge. I'm just kidding.
Yeah, no, that's actually really true.
I've never done any kind of that stuff before. Just to clarify. Yeah. Anyways. White captured here. Okay. But it's it's not urgent, right?
Yeah, it's big, but not urgent.
It does settle White's group for sure, but White's like not that weak yet. In fact, you can just keep what's the word? Attacking Black's dragon, right? And that way you'll be fine.
Right.
In fact, you can still you can do something like this, which is annoying. So still lots of stuff you can do.
Right.
And White's actually far from being killed right now. So, however, Black also didn't get tempted here. So, White invaded. See, come to the back door once again.
Yeah.
But in this case, actually, we can shut him down. Right? Because it's going to be very hard to live here.
Because Black literally has like a wall standing there, just waiting for White to go in.
It's basically just like trying to steal something when like the police are already like waiting for
around
you. Yeah, it's like what are
that's not it's not impossible, but you better watch out.
It's not impossible.
Yeah, I mean, right. Okay, so now White is very comfortable.
Yeah.
I'll be really happy if I'm White right now.
I'll probably just to make it safe, I'll probably play here. And we can do even more art if we keep going. Because when Black tries to block, then you have to have this Tsuji!
Oh-ho!
Which is beautiful.
Now this is when the 1-1 becomes art.
Yeah.
Right.
Why am I really because we are as a tribute to our fans who are constantly watching our streams. I thought it would be a cool idea to review their games every once in a while. Because we did some live play sessions, but today we're just gonna review games. But let's be honest here. I also didn't live play because I think I'll be wrecked by him. I'm just kidding.
Oh no. He wrecked me last time, and yeah, at this rate, he probably wrecked me soon again.
So I think I'll just make it safe because Black has S18, and it can be dangerous. Even though actually White's gonna be fine probably. But
yeah, White can play safe if White wants to.
But the idea is White lived. Black really doesn't have a lot of territory right now. And this is why we say it's hard to claim territory with star point openings.
Right.
So let's see the rest of the game. What happened here? Okay, so.
Alright, I'm gonna be back to the restroom real quick.
Okay. Man, you're like Justin Tang. He went to the bathroom like 4 times in our game in US Open.
No, I was just been drinking some water and going to the restroom.
Yeah, he did it like 4 times. He was like, I think I'm gonna go to the bathroom, and then it's like, okay, I think your dragon's dead. Then he comes back and lifts the dragon and steals all the points and wins by 10.5. But you get the idea. So, it seems that Black's not getting a lot here. In fact, he's in quite some trouble because White can actually Hane.
Yeah, but you know what? I think the Black in terms of territory might still be okay.
Yeah,
depending on how these 3 stones do.
So yeah, if you can manage to connect those 3 stones and maybe live.
But at this rate, I don't think you can actually connect.
You can probably still live though, right? If White plays there, then maybe you can play this.
Oh, yeah. If you think about it that way, then Black can definitely live.
Yeah, so it's gonna be actually okay, but the point is, it's like we showed already in the review. It's really hard to claim territory once you already have like a star point opening, right? Because star point openings are mostly for influence. So if you're thinking of actually just claiming the entire right side, you should probably include some like 3-4 or something like that.
Right.
But of course, not saying that 3-4s are guaranteed. But so Black connected here. Did he right there? Oh, that could be dangerous, right? This White could play there. And maybe if we follow, then we can cause some trouble. Of course, it's gonna be complicated.
This also might be dangerous for both players.
This could be dangerous for both players, right?
Yeah.
But even if so, I think White can just play here.
Yeah, least extent.
It's like still the territory, probably.
Right.
So in that way, Black has to like just connect. White gets the big corner.
Right, it's very fat.
It's like a sandwich you buy from Subway. It's a good analogy. So you have the stuff in the middle, and White has like 2 wool, which is like the bread buns. Anyways,
right.
too many good analogies today. So we play here, and this is pretty much endgame. Speed through. Oh, what happened there?
Looks like a major battle. Major battle is about to occur.
Yeah. Ooh.
I mean, Black cannot really avoid this because at the moment White Hane, Black is already in trouble.
Yeah, I think it's already hard for him to escape. I don't think there's a way for him to escape anymore. Oh, so this is actually what happened in the game.
Cool. So let's see how this turned out.
Or it's turned
Oh,
out.
okay.
Is he something gonna live? Maybe not. But after this, the game is definitely a lot closer. Because White's got
Yeah,
a big chunk
White
of territory.
probably. Yeah, in fact, White probably is ahead now,
Yeah,
or definitely.
and this move didn't really do much because it just like cutting White apart. But in fact, White's already alive, so White probably picked up more territory. I think, but even though I think this Hane is still the biggest.
Right, that's huge.
That's huge, yeah. And so both players started to realize that it's endgame, and Black got this large move, which is good. And White got a guillotine move here. Oh, near.
Wait a minute.
What?
Wait.
Oh, White's
I
actually
think-
fine.
Yeah, I'll say at first like wait a minute.
Right? It's close to being working. But actually really
Yeah,
close.
very close.
So they played there, and that's fine.
Mhm.
Reduction, that's good. Got an Sente again, that's also big. And that is also big. Black picked a lot of points there.
Now White's completely alive in the center. That's very good. Thanks to
That
White.
is good
Thanks
too.
to Black.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So they played there. And is there anything like? Oh, never mind.
On the top, not immediately.
Not immediately. There's some bad agi, but it's fine.
In fact, actually there is Aji. White can just Atari.
White Kantari, like as in the game.
Well, not this way, but I think if you Atari the other one, like L16, there might actually be some Aji. Yeah.
Yeah.
And then you play the diagonal.
Diagonal. The Black has
yeah.
to come back and fix here, right?
Yeah, if you do that, I'm not sure if there's Aji on the top second line. Like for example, right? If you play at 018.
Right now?
Yeah.
Oh. I guess
not sure.
it could still better work, but White can still get most of it, right? So it's like not a very big deal.
Not a big deal, yeah.
So endgame. Oh.
Okay, White's endgame is going pretty well so far.
You can actually do more art by just starting code there. Even though it's probably not worth it. Don't go too far. Sometimes you
If you're winning, it's time to be careful. Again, if you win a lottery, don't start going to those like discounts and stuff right away.
You might get your 1 million just like robbed.
Yeah, that's true.
Probably happens in California too.
Yeah, you never know.
It probably doesn't happen in New Hampshire because that was pretty fun. But anyways, this game ended up with Black winning by 5.5. And a huge main recap of that was White could have killed or possibly threatened Black's dragon after Black made a really heavy group at the beginning of the game. But the painting went both directions. At first I thought Black's right side would be like very promising for a great Moyo. It's still it's still like not bad. It's still great. But White lived 2 groups and killed Black's top left. So the game became a lot closer. But other than that, this is some good stuff. So if there's one thing I'd say, it's definitely be not initiate with a weak group early on in the game, because it could be an easy target for your opponent. So if you're playing me, I'm probably just like, let's just attack that group, and it's like for the rest of our game. But as long as your game is solid, you should be fine. But so, anyways, those are pretty much the 3 reviews we did today. But thank you so much, Yunxuan, for coming to the show.
Thank you so much for inviting me.
I believe that most of the people who attended this stream learned a lot from your comments about.
Hopefully we all learn the beauty of art. Most importantly.
Yeah.
But no, seriously, art, not art, but creativity in general is important, and it's good to try out the moves that you feel like playing.
Yeah. So like Green Ray said, what about playing 3-3 against the Takamokus? This is totally possible. So just put in that case you can still get the corner and something like that will happen, but the idea is be creative and don't be afraid of failing because you're not a professional Go player, and even if you lose, you can just walk away and say, you know what, that didn't work out. It's fine.
Yeah, especially like if it's an online game, not like an actual tournament, then like you don't have to go above and beyond, but there's definitely nothing wrong with playing creative. There's nothing wrong with it. But in a tournament, be a little bit more careful though.
Yeah, but
yeah, like definitely.
I hope you guys learned a lot about Go and art from this stream, and I'll edit and try to publish this video on YouTube later. But thank you so much, Yunxuan, for coming again. I hope we can do this again in the near future. Probably come up with something new.
Yeah. Thank you. Yeah, thank you so much for inviting me too, and I certainly hope to be on your show again in the future. And thank you everyone for being here for both of us and enjoying the game. And like I said, I'm not a streamer. I'm not a normal streamer. Instead, I'm more focused on doing like actual videos on the real board. So this is actually a very very special experience for me to be on live stream again and doing doing
so like,
game.
You're actually talking to people.
Yeah, like actually interacting live with your audience and and everyone. It's very exciting. A very exciting experience to be on Stefan's show. And so again, if you guys want to find more ways to interact with us or with Go, as we described in the beginning, the American Go Honor Society, you can check out our 2 main events of the year, Young Lions and School Team Tournament. Those are pretty major events that we have. And this year, your host Stefan is going to be part of the doing part of the planning too. And so if you're a big fan of him, he'll be part of our the organization this year too, which I'm really excited about. Yeah.
So I'm looking forward to that too. But anyways, if this is the first time you're watching my stream, please feel free to follow. Right. And I'm gonna go check in my I'm gonna go to my dorm fax department and check in real soon. But thank you so much. And please check out Yunxuan's YouTube channel. I think I just search Yunxuan Li Go because there are a lot of
Yunxuan Lis. Like I said, I don't really stream that much. Rather, I review my own game on the real board on YouTube instead. So if you guys want to see more of me, then you can also check out my YouTube video if you want. You might find it helpful. It's a little bit different style than Stefan's stream, but you might like it. So you can go check it out if you want. So yeah, I can post a link too if you guys are interested.
Yeah. But anyways, thank you so much for watching once again, and I hope you enjoy your weekend. We'll do this again next week, but well, not both of us, but I'll try to find another guest and do the good little thing of designing every.
So Stefan probably got like a lot of other exciting shows coming up, and so he's constantly doing streaming. So guys, really, you guys got a really good host right here, and always, you always don't know what's gonna be next on his list. So be ready.
All right. So, well, that's pretty much it for this week's show. Have a good night, and I'll see you guys next time.
Have a good night, guys, and
Bye.
I'll see you later, Stefan, too.
All right. I got to log off here because I need to really check in. I don't want to be late.
All right. See